Hi guys, have you ever seen water effect on realistic drawings? Or translucent effects like glass or something like that just using pencils? If you want to draw like this one day, you first have to learn how to create water drops. So today we are going to go through a complete guide on how to draw a realistic drop of water. So if you're new here, I'm trying to bring videos on how to draw realistically to help you with the first steps for realistic colored pencil and graphite drawings. In the last video, I showed you how to create a realistic eye using colored pencils, and before that, how to create realistic fur. So if you want to watch these videos, I'll leave the link here in the description. And if you don't know me, I'm Lino. I'm a graphite and colored pencil drawing artist from Brazil, and I've created this channel here to help you to learn how to create realistic drawings using graphite and also using colored pencils. So if you like realistic drawings, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and tell me here in the comment sections what do you want for the next video. And I think that's it. Let's go straight to the video. To start, I'm going to use a HB pencil to create a layer in this whole area, as I'm planning to create high contrasted details, white and black details, so I want to create this mid-tone on the paper, sort of a toned paper. By doing this, our drawing is going to pop more. Just repeat the steps you see in the video. Just take a look how I'm creating the lines for our layer. I'm trying not to connect them in the center of the paper, just to avoid messing up our layer. So try to create a continuous line from the top straight to the bottom. And of course, it's going to make easier for us to mix the graphite in the blending process. Alright, that's cool. Now that we've created our layer, we have to mix it. We have to mix the graphite. And for this, I got here a toilet paper, but you can use a tissue or a cloth to do this process of mixing the graphite. Once you start smudging the layer, keep in mind that you have to be patient, because it takes time until that we get a smooth look. And try to analyze where the pencil are still showing through to get back in there and smooth again. Now I'll get my stick eraser and fix some dirty points. And the stick eraser that I'm using is the Tumble Mono Eraser 2.3 millimeters. Now that we've cleaned up this whole area, let's get back to the paper, but this time using the pencil again to create the sketch outlines for the water drops. For this, I'm going to be using the H pencil, but you can use the HB pencil or any other lighter pencil that you have on hand. For the sketch outline, I'm going to create a circle, but you don't have to create a perfect circle. Usually, water drops don't have a regular shape. So I don't like to create lots and lots of layers. So I do the black details as black as it gets since the beginning of the draw. So for this, I'm going to be using the 4B pencil. So the first thing I'm gonna do is to create a dark shape, sort of a moon, on the left side of the circle. Just repeat the steps exactly how I'm doing. Okay, that's it. Now let's make it black on the right side too. And we are going to create another moon shape, but this turn we are going to make it outside the circle. And for this, I'll still use the 4B pencil and I'll make it black, completely black. You just have to apply more pressure to the pencil. Alright, that's it. Now we are going to make two gradients. The first gradient is using the 4B pencil going from the left side and moving over to the right side, but just until the center of the drop. We apply less and less pressure to the pencil as we move our way to the right side. And for this gradient layer, I'm using circular motions. Alright, that's good. Now let's create the second gradient that I told you before. What we're going to do is to create a gradient going from the right side and moving over to the left side. Just the opposite that we did before. Applying less and less pressure as well. For this I'm using the stick eraser, but if you don't have that stick eraser but you have some eraser out there, and if you cut it sharpen, you'll be able to create accurate details like mine. Good. Let's start the blending process now. For this, I could use the blending stump, but I'm going to use the cotton bud or cotton swab, I don't know how you call this. But whether using the blending stump or the cotton bud, we'll have the same result. Alright, that's it. Now if you pay attention, that detail that we did, that black detail, that shadow outside the circle, there is a harsh cutoff point between the black detail and the paper around it, or the paper on the background. So what I'm gonna do is just to create a smooth transition between them using the same 4B pencil. Alright, that's it. Now I'm going to smooth it even more, but this time blending, mixing the graphite using the cotton bud, but only in the center areas, avoiding the corners. Alright, now I'm going to use a white gel pen to create some highlights. It's not a professional white gel pen, it's a cheap white gel pen actually, but you can also use a stick eraser, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. And I'll create another detail here. Good. Now on the other side I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm creating a line just around the white area. And as I said, you can also use a stick eraser for the white details, for the highlights. The difference between them is the highlights pop more when you use the white gel pen. Alright, this turned out so good. I love the result. But now let's do another example, but this time a dripping water drop, or something like that, like streaming down the paper. I don't know if that's right. Please tell me here in the comments. And I created a sketch outline for the water drop, but I think it would be nice if it was a bit smaller. So I did it this size, and this water drop is kind of broken on the top. And that shape is exactly what we need to start. And so I'll be using the 4B pencil again, and I'm going to create a line around all this drop. But not this part here. I'm going to stop the line and continue on the side, but on the right side I'm going to make it a bit darker. Alright, that's good. I'll keep using the 4B pencil for this, but you can use another pencil if you want. I'm going to create a circle around here and another detail up here. After that, let's create the first layer just on the left side around the details that we've created. Another thing, just keep it darker and darker as you're creating the details on the left side, and as you go to the right side, try to make it a little bit lighter. Alright, now that we have the dark tone established within the water drop, let's create a dark shadow on the right side, exactly as we did in our first example. And for it, I'll create the sketch outline for the shadow. And we are going to have a bright detail just here, because the light goes through the water and project on the surface. Okay, now let's create an intense dark black for the shadow, and also creating a gradient as we go near to the highlight. Alright, that's it. Now let's continue on the other side. Okay, for now that's enough for the shadow on the right side. Now let's get back to the light areas of the water drop to create some layers. And what I'm gonna do here is exactly what we did with our first example. I'm going to create a gradient coming from the dark area and moving over to the right side for the light areas. And we'll do the same thing on the upper side. The idea is to create a layer as smooth as possible. Okay, now let's start mixing the graphite. I'll use the cotton bud for this again, exactly as we did. I'll use circular motions for this. And for blend, I always move my way from the dark to the light areas, because doing it from light to dark is much difficult to control the blending process. Oh yeah, take a look how it is now. Now using my stick eraser, I'm going to create the highlights that I need in the lightest area of the water drop. and also for the shadow on the outside. I'll do the same thing here. And for the bright highlight, I will use the white gel pen again. You can also use in some other parts. And that's it, our drawing is finished. I hope you enjoyed the process and the tips that I gave you to create water drop and translucent effects. And if you want to create more detailed drawings like water effect, glass effect and translucent effect, all you have to do is to practice more, or you can take a look on the first link of the description below. So that's it guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm planning to bring so many other videos, so tell me here in the comments what would you like to learn for the next video, and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.